Live? I don't see the pregame thing up.
Well, if we are live, hi folks.
So are we live?
Let's see. No, 100% sure.
Live on Facebook.
Alright. Hi guys. Welcome to a pregame show at Friday Night Fish Talk.
We're pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming.
So this is your chance to ask us random questions before we get started with the show. Just go ahead and got it. Alrighty.
Love getting yelled at from the back room.
Yeah, I know. It's her birthday.
Yeah. Let her be mad. No.
Yeah. I guess that's every day, right?
Ooh, I didn't say it.
All right, so does anybody have any questions for Captain Billy or myself before we get started with the show? Let's get them. Let's answer these questions now if we can.
Yeah, well, random as they may be.
Questions, comments,
I'm
concerns.
telling you, Zach's coming up with some random ones.
Zach has all kinds of questions. How do I share this thing? Let's see. Do us a favor, guys. Share this thread before we get started. Let's see how many viewers we can rack up tonight. There we go. All right. Hey, Bree, do we have comments on the screen tonight?
Yeah, when they pop up.
Oh, okay, got it. Got it. All right. Pre-gaming. Billy, what have you done today?
It's a little bit of airboating today. Very nice day for it.
Beautiful day, it seemed like.
Absolutely. And especially the first tour this morning was glass out there.
This weekend seems questionable.
Yeah, good time to take off and go on a road trip.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, when do you leave?
Monday. Yeah.
Monday.
Where are you going?
West Virginia.
Why?
Gonna move my woman down.
Oh boy.
Move his old lady.
Technically, she's the young one.
It's the first time for you, huh?
Zinger. Can anybody hear me?
All right. Questions for us?
Or even a hi.
Yeah,
How
or
are you?
hello. I just don't know if they're coming up on the screen, so we'll read them here. All right.
Try to get spearfishing. Now that Zach and Louie and Charlie have all spoke about it.
That's what we're talking about tonight too, spearfishing. That's the main focus.
I'd like to hear that. It's a fun subject.
It's a fun sport to get into.
Absolutely.
Just be cautious of your surroundings and make sure you don't shoot short fish and
Yeah. Don't get eaten.
yeah.
I don't know how you could have, but this thing has a ruler.
Yeah.
Kind of nice, right?
These fish sticks do
Hold it right up
Sweet.
against the fish before you pull the trigger.
Yep.
Just tell the fish to stay still for a second.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, honestly,
slow down.
I've done that twice now.
Louie's got himself a full
Why didn't-
arsenal over there.
Full spread.
I didn't know I was on. Hello.
Hi, Louie.
Thanks, Bree.
Yeah, when they're underneath the ledge, I was able to hold the gun up to two of them.
All right. So I don't see any comments or anything coming up. So Bree, are we ready to get into the show? Alrighty guys, welcome to Friday Night Fish Talk.
Another beautiful day.
Captain Billy and myself. here hosting another show. We're so stoked to be back. This is week 2 of our month break, or after our month break.
Yep. Feels good to be back in the office.
It does feel good. You know what else feels good?
What's that?
Getting ready for scallop season.
Yes. Yeah, and it's nice to already see the numbers out there climbing.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Yeah, very exciting for the season.
It's nuts, and they're big.
Yes.
You know, they're big, they're good size, and what I liked about it is when we were spearfishing like 8 to 10 foot, they were literally all popping up and swimming.
Yeah,
and then
following
coming down.
that tide in.
Yep, so they're storming in to start their breeding, and
yeah, it's going to be a fun
heck of a
season. Yep, going to be a good one.
The last season was decent, wasn't anything record-setting.
It was a late blooming season last year.
Year before that was awful, terrible.
Yeah.
Year before that was the greatest season I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So usually these run in 3-year cycles. So that means this year's going to be a good year.
Yep, mighty excited to get out there and go do some snorkeling
Yeah,
for them.
absolutely. And tonight we are focusing on spearfishing. So I don't know if you've ever used these things before. They're not meant to shoot out of water.
No.
You remember as a kid?
Yeah. It was somehow I bought my first spear gun that way.
When I was a kid, I ordered one online on eBay, and I was so excited. My dad told me to wait till I got home. We had lived on this little bay, and there's all kind of mullet and sheep's head, and he just said, wait till I get home, and then we'll practice and yada yada. Well, I couldn't wait, so I'm out there in the end of our little point, spearing it like this, and I see a mullet and go boom, busted my lip. My dad made me sell it to Billy.
Yeah, that's how I got my first spear gun.
Let's see, Chuck Black. Any openings for scallop fishing, or is everyone booked? Chuck, the great thing this season is we have a arsenal of scallop charter guides that have joined our guide program here. Yeah. We are filling up very, very, very quickly, but we do have plenty of availability. So
absolutely.
Give us a call at the marina, or you can go straight on to riveradventuretours.com and pick a date, and it'll tell you if there's available or not. Mario Castello.
Glad to see that.
Yeah, glad to see you like those Bajíos. For Mario to be wearing Bajíos, that's pretty cool. So
yeah, happy to see him on his head.
Yeah. But
I'm sure he's happy to see the fish too.
Brian Saunders, what up, man?
What's happening?
Brian has that event coming up. Hey, Sean, do we have the info on that event by chance? I want to talk about that. Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Oop. Thank you, sir. Alrighty, so this is actually the grand opening of Extreme Decalz.
Yep.
And we put together a video with our creative director, Darnell. And this video is showing, one of the millions of things that...
Just a piece of what he can do.
Just a very small piece. And so we're going to play that later.
Yep.
But Extreme Decalz, when they opened up their shop, it was just during COVID. So they never had an official grand opening. So he's doing that official grand opening, and that is on June 19th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And
it's going to be a good event.
This is my favorite part about Brian, Extreme Decalz. So he's doing a grand opening while doing a fundraiser for a young man that has Tourette's.
Yeah, grand opening with a cause.
Grand opening with a cause, yeah. But it's, they have a car show going on. You can come down here and buy these raffle tickets.
And the stuff they're raffling off is mighty exciting.
It's insane. I mean, they have AR-15s, Rugers, spear guns, a Fishsticks spear gun. Is it not on?
No, put it in front of it.
Oh, good idea. There we go. All right.
There's a lot of what's on that raffle.
Yep. All right. So, and then a fishing trip from Low Octane Fishing Charters. Let's see what else we got. Red Bull countertop cooler, 45 quart camo eco cooler from Lollygaggers, all kinds of cool stuff. So
thank you, Pat Sanders.
Yeah, so if
we
you
like it too.
Ooh, Patrick Sanders, love that guy. So if you all want to purchase some of these raffle tickets, they're only $10, and you can message us at the marina. We have plenty of them here. You can go to Extreme Decalz over there in the east part of Crystal River by Denellen. So whatever side of the county, he has them both marked off where you can pick them up. I'm sure we'd even be willing to mail them out if you want to buy, let's say 5. If you want to buy 5 raffle tickets, you can call in, do a credit card over the phone, and then we'll mail them to you.
We'll get them to you, absolutely.
Yep. So let's try to push this as much as possible, because all the proceeds from this is going to that young man, which they've already raised like 40, 50. I mean, they're
it's awesome.
blowing up. So that surgery is expensive, so we
Yes.
need more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so we got the Toadfish Father's Day special coming up. Next Sunday is Father's Day. Toadfish sent us some really cool tumbler cups, and we're doing a little promotion. I think are we giving away one tonight, or do we already give away?
We gave away one, but we can give away one.
Yeah, so we'll give away a
We
tumbler
like giving
tonight.
things away.
Yep, we'll give away a tumbler. The Florida Marine Track Phase 2
Yep,
of the
hat and shirt.
competitions tonight. So if you win on the Reel of Fortune, then you get a hat, shirt, and you get entered into that four-way, the four-way contest, which we spiced it up a little bit, and we'll explain that here shortly. So, Nick Sherman wants to know, will you have shrimp at 6:30? I think we have plenty of shrimp in
We
the
do
tank.
have plenty of shrimp at the
Yep.
moment,
Yeah,
so by
so-
all means we will.
Yep, we'll have plenty of shrimp when we open. Got pinfish in the tank, right? Got plenty of pinfish, lots of mullet,
Yeah.
lots and lots of mullet. So got everything covered. Squid, calamari.
All depends if you want to use it for bait or eat it yourself. Don't
That's it.
recommend it.
We got a huge surprise that we're going to talk about next Friday. Huge, huge. Look at Louie. Just playing with his gun. Huge surprise we're going to talk about next Friday. An addition that we're bringing to the marina.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So get your appetites ready. Let's
Ooh,
start there.
Mighty exciting.
So, we just got finally a large order tackle in.
It looks good having some tackle on the walls again.
That store is stocked downstairs.
Yes. Yeah. Looks like we even got some more shirts in.
Yeah, we got our scallop shirts in, the Shuck Yeah American flag edition scallop shirts. So come by and check those out.
Those
You know,
nice.
we'll even give one away of those tonight
Uh-oh.
too.
Uh-oh.
So we'll do a giveaway tonight. Will be a scallop shirt, a tumbler, and then the Florida Marine Track hat and shirt. And then whoever wins that is going to get entered into that master grand prize, but you can win a Florida Marine Track card.
Yes.
So.
That's a pretty sweet deal.
So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We've got Captain Zac Zachry here. It's going to go over the Crystal River fishing report. Captain Louie is going to be talking tackle table talking at the Bush Home Services tackle table talk with the one and only Charlie Hammond, the founder and creator of Fishsticks Spearguns.
themselves.
So they're going to be talking about spear guns and how they work and how Charlie's stuff is on top of the market right now.
That's it. Built for our waters.
Yeah, built for our waters. So, and then what else we got? You got your airboat report, which I know everyone looks forward to you giving up all the secrets on that one. And then I'll be
Where the
talking
fish
about
at?
some Ozello fishing. So stay tuned. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. And then when we come back, we will be with Louie and Hamo at the Tackle Table Talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey guys, Captain Louie here with Talk tonight. A little bit different. We're going to talk spearfishing instead of fishing. Yeah, type of tackle.
Definitely.
I have Charlie Hammond with me. He
Charlie's mic.
invented spearfishing and decided that he was going to make his own spear guns as well. So he made this company called Fishsticks. He makes his own spear guns. Obviously, they're custom made for the area. A lot of the stuff that some of the guys spearfish is small. So he's figured out how to make small guns that are great for our area. I'm going to let him talk about it. I can catch groupers, but I really can't spear them. You're the master with that. So I'm going to let you talk about these things, and we'll go from there.
All right. So I started making spear guns. I started actually spearfishing with my dad probably when I was like 10 years old, and we scuba spearfished. When I moved to Key West, I got stationed there in the military. That's when I started freediving. Had a few freediving guns, and then started to think about maybe I should try to make my own, and I made my own. And then after that, kind of took off. Actually, Captain Billy was the first person to ever purchase a spear gun from me, and you know, it's all because of him. So thank you, Billy. But
Thank you, Charlie.
so he's the first one to purchase one, and then more and more people caught on, and I think I'm, you know, I kind of got it figured out a little bit here with these things. But
sounds like you got orders coming in like crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And but like Captain Louie said, nature code 30+ inch gag, and so you know, I got smaller guns than usual. I definitely make bigger ones, but these 3 sizes we have on the table are like my usual orders. This small gun is like the rock gun, the whole gun we call it. This is what Captain Gary, Captain Billy shoots, and this gun is approximately 28 inches long from muzzle to butt. It uses a 28-inch shaft, double band. So I got free diving shafts on here. They got shark fins instead of the notches like an AV Biller or something that you'd see. And I use this stiff Dyneema, which is 618-pound tensile strength. It's also UV resistant. It's better than mono. It doesn't mar or get chafed up as easy.
Let's talk about our trigger grip here. I love that.
Yeah, so these are actually AR-15 handles. You can purchase an AR-15 handle and put it on any of my guns. Yeah, you pick the colors, and I will hydro dip it and then epoxy clear coat it for you. This is Captain John's gun. We wanted some gator colors, so we got orange bands, and we got the blue.
Perfect.
Blue in the handle. But,
let's talk about Bree's gun and how customizable the
Bree's birthday, and so she wanted leopard print in her gun, and I was like, I don't know how to do that. So I went to my man Brian Sanders at Extreme Decalz, and he knows how to do that. So he actually can laser engrave anything, not anything, but if he can figure it out, he can do it. Yeah. So Bree actually got leopard print laser engraved into her gun, and she wanted it all red, so we did the red handle, red bands, red shooting line, and the leopard print. So
that is awesome.
That one came out super cool. And this is the next size up common that I do. I call it the mid-reef. These are between like 32 to 36 inches. The difference is these little guns are a lot easier to maneuver. They're a lot better to shoot in the rocks and the ledges. You don't got to be pulling so far back. You just stick it right in there and shoot the grouper.
For sure.
The next size up is still very maneuverable, but they get a little bit more range in open water. So if you see a grouper coming out of ledge, you can tag them a little bit easier with these longer guns. So this next size up is a little bit better for that.
And let's talk about this one. This one is the OG, correct?
This is the first spear gun I ever made.
Yeah, this thing's got a reel on it.
Yep.
As far as I know, that's pretty cool. Other than that.
So this is my personal gun, the first one I ever made on this. Well, I made 3 before this one worked.
There you go.
So I tested 3, we'll say, but this one worked. This is my first gun. It's 45 inches long. It's got a Aussie reel on it. Double band, double shark fin. I made a custom GoPro mount for it.
That is cool.
But the reel, a lot of people are asking, what's the reel for? How does the reel work? The reel's for a couple things. A, deeper water. When I'm free diving, you want your gun to go with you. You want your gun to float up with you. So all my guns float with the shaft out. When I shoot in deeper water, the gun's going up, and this reel lets me keep the fish on the line, and I can come up, breathe, and then track it back down. The other thing this does is I can go shoot a cobia in 5 feet of water, and
he can
take
off.
This line. And I can tire him out just like Lou would do with a group of rod fishing or something like that. Wear him down, get him tired, and then get him into the boat. So the reel does a couple things.
For sure.
This is a little bigger gun. It has I'd say between 10 to 15 foot. Shooting range 15 is kind of pushing it. I had a couple opening grouper week. I shot a couple that were I thought kind of iffy, but I got them. So it has definitely a little bit more distance with the longer gun.
Yeah, I've seen some of those videos, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
So here's the question of all: what made you actually want to make these spear guns for our area? I mean, is there a...
Yes. So there's a lot of great custom gun makers in the state of Florida and the U.S. really, but we don't really have. What's the #1 tip y'all can give to a new angler trying out spearfishing? A #1 tip.
Take a charter.
Yeah, definitely book with one of the amazing guys here at OKM. They got a lot of know-how, a lot of good guys here. I know Captain Zach's avid spear fisherman, and grab a charter. They'll take you through it. They'll teach you how to get in the water, how to be not nervous. It's just about being calm, reading the fish. Spearfishing's it's definitely a lot of technique, but holding your breath, that's a big thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Properly breathing. I mean, there's a lot of safety stuff, but if you go with one of these awesome guys here, I think you'll be just fine.
No, yeah. I know the first time I went with Zach, he always told me just calm down, take your time, don't shoot the first one you see, because half the time that one's not a keeper. A lot of things go into spearfishing. As far as everyone gets in the water scared of sharks or whatnot, but most of our area is very safe. Obviously, you're in the water more than I am, but it's something that it goes along with spearfishing.
Yeah, it's
but
hard
it is what it is.
It's hard to tell people don't worry about the sharks.
Yeah.
I mean, I say I don't worry about them, but they're always in the back of your mind. But if I see a shark, the best thing to do,
Shoot them.
Captain Gary said shoot him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
You might just lose your shaft or possibly roll spear gun.
At least you don't lose your leg.
That's true.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. Just stay calm and try not to worry about them too much. What were we talking about before that?
All right, and
But I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tell me to someone who will love me. Yeah, wait.
Cool.
that was so cool. We got 2 with 1 shot.
Yep. So that was my buddy Quentin Val's. Actually, we took off opening grouper, and that was his first shot with his fish stick. The first time he's ever shot it. Shot a 31-inch and a 28-inch. It was his first double grouper shot.
Dang.
And it was just a really cool experience. He couldn't figure out why they wouldn't come out. And with spearfishing, you don't want to just pull the fish out. You could pull the shaft right out of the
For
fish.
sure.
So I tell people, when you're down there and you're rocked up, push your shaft in. You're not going to hurt. That flopper may not be all the way through. Push your shaft into that fish. Possibly you get that flopper to pass. He did that, still couldn't get him out. So I went down for a backup shot. And if you got to always have a buddy, number 1, free diving, and number 2, that buddy's great for backup shots. So I put a backup shot. When we pulled the fish out, we realized the reason why we couldn't get him out, there was 2 in there puffed up.
There you go.
2 keeper grouper, 30, 31, and a 28, and that was
That's an awesome opening day.
Yeah,
awesome first shot.
that was 10 minutes into
That's
into
awesome.
our trip. So he limited out right there and just sat on the boat and drank beer while I had to go looking for grouper.
There you go.
But
Hey, Charlie,
There you go.
if somebody wants to buy a spear gun, what's the best way to?
okay, you can find me on Facebook, Fishsticks Spearguns. You can find me on Instagram, Fishsticks Spearguns, or you can just email me if you're old school like Captain Billy, and that's at fishsticksspearguns@gmail.com.
And is it sticks?
Sticks,
So
STICKS.
sticks with the S, not a D.
No D on no fish sticks. It's fish sticks. They're wood. They're sticks and they shoot fish.
Hardwood, yeah.
They're hardwood and they shoot fish.
All right, and Charlie's business is also veteran owned and operated, which is awesome. But other than that, thank you very much for coming in and show us all this. It's great, beautiful, especially this one right here, Bree. But I think we have a commercial break.
Hey Gary, what you doing?
Oh, just going through the book, looking at some dash cables.
As nice as that sounds, what if we went and did something a little more custom? Do you know anybody that might be able to make a switch panel like this?
Let's go talk to Brian.
I think Brian would be a good idea for that.
Cool, let's go.
It'd be sweet.
Oh, Brian. Hey, man.
What's up, brother?
Got a cardboard cutout. Can you make it into something for me?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. What?
This is our dash panel complete. Just wanted to throw a huge shout out to Brian up there at Extreme Decalz. Nailed it. This is exactly what I had envisioned when I drew literally a cardboard cutout for this to become a true dash piece and showpiece at the same time. Thank you very much, Brian. I'm super stoked to see this thing on the water.
All right, so Zach's getting his mic hooked up real quick.
Oh, am I on now?
We're live, but hey, listen, that's what makes this show unique.
What's up? Is this thing working? Nope.
You gotta turn it on there. So that is a clip of a very small portion of what Brian at Extreme Decalz can do. Literally, Billy made a cardboard cutout of a vision he saw when we were trying to figure out what we could put on the boat for the dash panel. And you know, we have a book that we can literally order any boat part out there, and they're all generic. You see all this stuff on everyone's boats, and Billy's, you know, was dead set on making that T-craft unique and different.
Well, you've got a classic boat, and it needs to stay classy.
Yep.
And you can go on all these places and see this China made BS on there. And I mean, what you've got on there, I've never seen anything like it on there, and it is awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean that, and Brian's so easy to work with too. You need, let me see your mic real quick. Oh, now, there we go. All right. So, and Brian is so easy to work with. You know, most places that you would go into and hand them a piece of cardboard, they would ask a million questions and want emails and, you know, give you a hard time. You know, as you saw in that video, you know, that wasn't pre-rehearsed or anything. Brian was just, yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome.
You know? So, love working with the guy, Extreme Decalz. Go check him out. Go to his open house. You know, especially if you have a chance to win an AR-15.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I canceled my trip that day just to go. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so Zach, all right, now we're talking spearfishing tonight. That's the main thing.
Yep.
After that, you know, let's go ahead and talk about some redfish and trout
Sure.
action. I heard trout starting to make a little comeback.
They are, and I've got the locations for you guys.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. Well, do we want to start there or you want to start with spearfishing? It's up to you.
I don't care. We'll just start with the trout. So, guys, this time of year, you're going to find those trout are leaving the real shallow water because it's getting hot. Those fish this time of year are searching for cool water and moving water. You know, if you guys think in the back of your head, okay, where's some deep water that's kind of close to land to where those fish can get to deep water and keep cool but still come up and feed on those flats and stuff like that. I mean, when you think about that, you're going to probably think about the spool banks, you know, long point, short point, that stuff out there. So those fish are out there right now in good numbers. They're going to vary on what tide they're going to eat. It might be the first part of the incoming. That's how it was a couple years ago. And then I've caught them really good on the, you know, last part of the outgoing tide. Just basically, as long as that water's moving, that's when you're gonna start catching them. Bait, they're real finicky out there. All right, I've caught them on everything from the watermelon red Little John. I started using those fish bites out there. Those are working great. I know a few guys that are using that electric chicken color, you know, real bright colors. It's dirtier water out there. But a really good way to get them is just come down to OKM, get yourself a big old bag of shrimp, use a 1/4 ounce jig head, pinch the tip of the tail off that shrimp and slide that, you know, hook inside that shrimp just like you're threading a jig on. Throw it out there and just bounce it really slow on the bottom on the way in. That's going to be your best bet. So actually, just like this. So you pinch that tail off and just slide that right in there, and you're just going to kick it off the bottom really slow. It's going to be typically it's going to be a really soft bite. So what I tell my clients to do, cast it out there, start bumping on the bottom or drag it on the bottom, any weight that you feel at all, just go ahead and set the hook, all right? Because a lot of times, like I said, those trout, they're just barely picking it up. It's not like a really hard strike. And also, there's a lot of other fish you can catch out there. You can catch pompano out there. You can catch jack crevalle, Spanish mackerel, bluefish, redfish, the snooker out there. If you guys are fishing for the snook, same way. Just bounce that thing on the bottom. And then always, when you're out in that area, definitely have a bigger rod, heavier, pound test, like, 40 to 60 pound braid, and with like a 65 pound or 60 to 80 pound fluorocarbon leader, just with a regular, I'd say like a 6 to 8 J hook on there with some pinfish, because you'll see those cobia. They'll make their way down that bank and just be ready to pitch at cobia.
So how it seems like this is a different. You typically don't see trout this time of year.
Not a lot of them now.
Is it because those late cold fronts we had? I mean, what do you?
Well, it's historically those trout move offshore in the summertime. To deep water, anywhere. I mean, from 10 to 15 foot of water, you can catch those trout. In the middle of summer, I mean, you just don't catch a lot inside. The water's just too hot for them.
I know. Yesterday, I was surprised. Captain Kerry Gibson from Southern Slam Outfitters came in 4-person trip, and they had their 20 trout.
That's awesome.
And I was like, where the heck did you find those? So, and he was actually talking about the same area. Let's go to the Florida Marine Track chart real quick, so you can kind of show everyone the area that you're talking about. So let's see, we're at the barge canal there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be this bank right here, going all the way out. Any of this stuff, guys, is where either side, doesn't matter. There's actually a wreck right here. It's real shallow all around it, and it drops off. You can see 13, 9, 6 all around it, and it's very shallow on top. Gotcha. They could be anywhere around that, but basically anywhere on these bars, guys. Expect to see a crowd. It's a really popular area. I'm sure a lot of you guys listening already know, hey, I already know to go out there, but for you guys that don't know, anywhere down here, okay? And it drops off deep in this canal here, and this is almost like a wall, so a lot of these fish that are migrating north, they hit this and they're like, oh, what the heck is this? And they'll swim up and down it. So that's why you can get your cobia. And if you're into shark fishing, man, you catch a jack, cut him in half, and throw half a jack out there, and you're gonna have a big shark on your line for sure.
Really?
Yep.
Now, I don't ever fish this area. Last year you called me up that way. I can't remember what it was. It was a big bull red run or something.
It's going to be later in the year,
And I was confused as hell. I'm not going to lie. Is there a trick when you're fishing the foul area, or not the foul area, the spoil banks, incoming tide, what side to be on? Is there any?
I'm going to tell you a really, really old trick. Get out there a little bit later than everybody else. Drive down the bank. And just look. You see rods bent over.
Get next to him.
Get right over there next to him, man. Now with that said, if you see me out there, please don't pull right up next to me or anything like that. But that is a tried and true method right there, buddy. You just look at the bank, man.
Tried and true outfit. Captain Zach's like, hey Zach, Kenneth wants to know what's a good place to go catch blacktip.
You've got basically anywhere, but. You put enough chum and blood and everything like that in the water, but you've got a lot of stuff out here. We call the humps. There's fish all over that. And then, guys, it's deep channel. There's lots of fish here. If you guys go out and start chumming out of that area, even off of that bank just a little bit, you're going to attract all kinds of different things. You could catch everything from, I've seen hammerheads, bull sharks, tiger sharks, black tips, sand sharks, nurse sharks. Yeah, anywhere out there, guys. You're gonna, even right at this point, there's a bunch of rocks and there's a big deep trough there. Okay, water's moving through it, and those sharks like moving water. It's bringing bait past them and everything like that. What I've noted, I don't know about you, Louie, but I've been using these chum bags, and I don't know if they changed what's in them or what, but I'm not having sharks or anything come up to it.
I haven't seen the chum bag work as much as it should have in the past, maybe 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of it has to do with just the change in you know, how they use it.
Yeah.
Casey, he's been using a little bit of menhaden oil, and that's been
bringing
getting
it up.
everything going. But it's the same thing, just like your video with your tiger shark.
Yeah.
You cut the trout in half and dump that in the water. I mean, you cut a half a Spanish mackerel and put him in the water. You know, even if you're still twitching a little bit, got blood coming out of him. That's going to be better than any chum block you can buy.
Exactly.
Well, believe it or not, most of this, I don't know if this has to do with it or not, but most chum bags and baits all come from overseas. So maybe with the
it's probably all the damn COVID in the.
Oh, they got the COVID. They got the COVID in the chum
black
you know?
hate COVID. Like
So,
they've told us.
anyways, like Lou was saying, you catch a couple of garbage fish, guys, tie it to a rope, flay that thing open. You know. Well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying, you know, any kind of fish that you're not going to want to keep, that is a legal fish that you can chop up and throw off the side of the boat. That's what you're going to want to use. You know, tie it to a rope, hang a couple of them, and then just throw chunks on the bottom. And that to answer your question, that's how you're going to catch your blacktips.
For sure.
Yeah, I know when I was by the barge canal area towards the end out here, you know, as soon as you got to that steady drop off, you couldn't touch the bottom before a shark was on the line.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were, and stingray too.
Yeah.
Catching a pile load of stingray out there.
Yeah.
And this tarpon come around short point. Those sharks are following.
Yes.
I saw a big school tarpon just outside Trout Key 2 days ago.
Yep.
And there was some big bull sharks hanging out with them. So another thing is on this, when these tarpon are running north, guys, you can get out on these flats, okay, and just chum those flats. And it might take a little bit, but you're going to have some very, very large sharks come up that are a whole lot of fun to hook into.
Even if you get out here in the middle of the St. Martin's Keys.
Oh, yeah, the lemon sharks out there are ridiculous.
Yeah, they're huge. And you get out here, find yourself one of these, if you get a Florida Marine track. Hey, Bree, can we go to the Florida Marine track screen real quick?
Great.
So if you get out here, especially if you have a Florida Marine track chip card, which makes it super easy, but you find these big, deep coral bottoms out there in the middle of the reef, and on a strong incoming tide, that top of the tide, throw a chum bag out like you're saying, but those shark will follow the sea turtle that come in there. And there are lemon shark all over the place. I mean, we could spend the whole day on their airboat tours drifting out there counting shark.
That's awesome.
So for someone that has a smaller boat, because that run to the barge canal, especially if coming out of Ozello, can get dangerous. It really can. So if you have a smaller boat, I really don't recommend it. But all you got to do is come out here to the reef. So
and then when I was a kid, me and my brothers, that's all we fished out of on the coast was a small canoe, 14-foot canoe. We would go out and specifically shark fish just to hook into one, pull the anchor up, and the canoe's just getting pulled miles. You know, it was so much fun.
So Zach, let's talk about the topic tonight. So you're actually the one that taught me how to spearfish here.
Talk more than that, but let's
yeah.
start.
So I don't even have a comeback for that one. So that was so quick. Golly. No, but you really did. Like no idea what I was doing spearfishing. Spearfishing here, spearfishing the Keys, deeper water, completely different.
Oh yeah, totally. Night and day.
You know, do you have any tips? And by the way, guys, spearfishing is a completely different sport than regular fishing. So don't just go buy a spear gun and go out spearfishing. You know, take your time. Find someone that hire Zach. Actually, you know, Zach does spearfishing charters. He only does it with experience. But what he'll do is you book 2 charters. The first one's more of a lesson.
Yes.
You know, etiquette and that sort of stuff. And then the next one is shooting fish.
Yep.
So, you know, get a hold of Captain Zach with Tried and True Outdoor Adventures, and, you know, he'll get you started. But what's some, for the people that already experienced, you know, what's some stuff that you can kind of throw in there without giving up all the secrets?
Man, I see a lot of boats out there that I see out there at the opening day of grouper season every single year, and they leave a rock, and I know they've left some grouper on it, and so I'll drive over there, and there's nothing but shorts, dead shorts, stuffed up in the ledges, all that. Guys, all you're doing is killing the fishery.
Yep.
Look down there, look in that ledge, look in that rock, whatever the case may be, and, you know, if it doesn't look like a really, really nice grouper, don't shoot it. You know, easy as that. There's a couple telltale signs that you can just look at a fish and see if it's a nice one or not. You know, I mean, number one, once they get real big, they get this jaw that comes out like a really distinct underbite. Okay, that's just if you can see his head. Preferably, I'd like you guys to be able to see most of the fish and look at it and say, okay, is that 2 feet long? You know, I mean, a 2 foot long fish, that's a big fish, but you know, that legal size is 24, guys. I see lots of 18s and 20 inchers and, you know, just dead under there. And it breaks my heart looking under there and seeing that.
And they'll ban spearfishing. I mean, I've already heard FWC officers talking about it. What was there, the opening, the first 2 days? 16 busts.
That's crazy.
When they were out there, just in the foul area, just in our little Ozello foul area.
Yep.
It was like 16 busts the first 2 days of short fishing coolers.
Yeah.
That's not short fish. Yeah, 16.
That they measured and threw back in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, spearfishing's more of I don't know, more of like a hunt, like a trophy hunt. Mm-hmm. You know, the last time you and I went spearfishing, you know, we talked to each other, said, all right, 30 inches and up. That's our goal.
Yeah,
So, you know, make it a trophy hunt. It's a lot easier than fishing if you're a good swimmer. It's a lot easier than fishing. So make it worth your while and the fish's while. So
exactly.
And we all keep forgetting, you know, fishing's not about stocking the freezers.
Yep.
So, you know.
Another thing, guys, everybody's hyped up on grouper and all that. Guys, there are so many other fish out there that are great to eat. You got sheep's head, and a lot of fish that people, you know, swim over and never see is that flounder. You know, before I leave a rock, the last thing I do is I'll take a lap around that rock and looking in the sand and stuff like that. And a lot of times you'll see nice big doormat flounder laying there on the bottom. You know, now they just upped the regulation. They no longer have to be 12, it's 14, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 inches for your flounder. So definitely make sure it's 14 inches. But, you know, you got your sheep's head, you got your mangrove snapper, you know, you got the white grunt out there. Heck, that's my favorite fish to eat out there.
Grunt?
I will eat a white grunt over trout, redfish, snook, grouper. I love it.
Well, there's a famous saying on Tried and True charter. What's
Let's
the
have
saying?
a gruntastic day.
Gruntastic day.
Yes.
So that being said, that was Captain Zac Zachry from the Ayinde Matthews State Farm.
There we go.
North region of Citrus Fishing Report. Go check out our friend, by the way, Ayinde Matthews and his team for all your insurance needs. Boat, health, vehicle, home, does it all. I think he even does. Let's get to Steve's question here in a second, because that's a good one. He even does, Billy, what's the mortgages?
Oh, really?
He'll get you pre-approved for mortgages.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, he literally does everything.
That's pretty cool.
So, like a good neighbor, Ayinde is there.
That's it.
All right, Steve Bond wants to know, is scuba gear required for spearfishing?
No.
I'll let you answer that one.
Guys, everything we're doing out there is free diving. So you're in standard snorkeling equipment. Now, I've got fins that are longer and different things like that, but all the grouper that I've shot this year have been in less than 8 feet of water.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, some people definitely that I've seen need scuba gear in like 5 feet of water to do it. But, you know, yeah, exactly, John, yes. And yeah, it would help you a lot, you know, but if you could hold your breath for, you know, 30, 45 seconds underwater, you know, that's kind of short, but that'll still get the job done.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't hold my breath long. I mean, I don't have the lung capacity that you and Billy do.
So, but to answer your question, no, scuba equipment is not required for spearfishing.
Especially in our area.
Yep.
So, again, that was Captain Zac Zachry from the Ayinde Matthews State Farm. So let's go over to Captain Louie, and he is going to talk about grouper fishing on the other end of the spear.
Yeah.
So that is the grouper guru, by the way. A lot of people don't realize this when they watch Friday Night Fish Talk, but the grouper guru, one of the best grouper fishermen in our area. Nicest boat, I mean,
I would say the
top
best.
Yeah, yeah.
The best.
Honestly.
And hands down, the best personality of
Yeah.
all the grouper fishermen in the area.
And he's running that special right now.
Is that where the dancing one?
Yeah. So if you book a charter,
I booked a trip off that.
Did you really?
I swear.
Go, nice.
I swear I did, and he was gonna be a great client. He's I can't remember what his name. Jason Bryan, I don't know.
Jason Anderson?
No, I already took him.
Well, he said he was going to book another one just to watch you dance.
Oh yeah.
Or he wanted a redeem.
What was his name? I'll have to remember. But grouper fishing, y'all always get me sidetracked. A lot of the fish that we're catching right now are in like that 15 to 25, 30 feet of water. The water's jumped from 78 to 85, 86 some days in literally 4 days. So it's getting harder to catch these fish, yes. So you got to get a little more, how do I say, creative with it. Use a different bait. Yes, we use pinfish every day. Sometimes you might want to use something different. Might want to use a little bit of artificial. Some people like to put a bait buster down there and drag that thing across that rock. But a big thing is chumming. I mean, you know, cut some chunks of threadfin up and throw that in the water. Get that rock going. Sometimes you can catch some grunts off the bottom, or mangrove snappers, or little groupers, or something like that with some shrimp. And then all of a sudden, you know, fish brings fish. So, or action brings action. So you catch some little stuff, and eventually you're going to catch some big stuff. Obviously, big bait, big fish. Don't hold back on the tackle. It depends on what kind of structure you're fishing, obviously, but don't ever hold back on the tackle with groupers. If they're going to bite, you want to be able to hold on to them. If you're not getting the bites, yes, knock down from 80-pound fluorocarbon to 60-pound. Knock down to 50. If you go past 50, you're not going to get them in the boat anyways. At least the fish that I'm after, we don't worry about that. But as far as depth-wise and where these fish are going to be, you know, that artificial reef is a really good spot to start. That's out there southwest of the Scallop Rack, way out there about 16 miles, I guess. It's in like 28 feet of water. Out past that, I've heard reports of there's fish just everywhere in 50 foot of water. As far as guys spearfishing them, they're saying sometimes they're meeting them halfway down. I mean, that's meaning that there's fish from 30 foot down all the way to the bottom, and that's just an unbelievable amount of groupers. And those are the fish that we'll see in the fall. But as far as like grouper fishing for the next couple of weeks, because, you know, as it gets warmer, it is going to get harder. Try to use maybe a big dead bait instead of a super lively bait. Those fish are, you know, it's hot. They're going to get a little tired, a little lazy. They just want to suck that big bait up sometimes, and that's when you can get a lot more bites. But as far as that goes, I'd stay away from trolling for a little while. Casting plugs, I'd probably stay away from that. There's so much grass in the water you can't even do it anyways. That water that grass is shed at that 82-degree mark, and there's literally grass everywhere from 30 foot all the way to Mangrove Point. So,
you know, it's funny. There was a captain in our area who's no longer in our area, and he was convinced that the shredded water came from the scallopers.
The shredded grass.
The shredded grass, yeah, in the water came from scallopers, and every time he made one of these ridiculous posts, you need to ban scalloping, you need to ban spearfishing, you know, they're all this grass, they're killing it, everything. And we kept asking him, why is it come in June? And he couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
So it's because it grows too tall. It's just like your grass and your
the grass sheds at a certain, I mean, just like anything.
Yep.
I mean, it has to make way for new grass.
Produce fresh growth.
And I can tell you right now, it is thick.
We're gonna have a lot of new grass.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever ran out to Miss Bonnie for pinfish before? I know it's on the Homosassa side. You know, for a bait shop, pinfish is the most difficult bait to keep in stock.
For sure.
You know, it's you could have one day where your pinfish trappers, their traps are stacked, and the next day they're empty. A lot of robbing the traps. If you guys are ever struggling finding pinfish, let's go to this Florida Marine Tracks chart real quick. I'm gonna give you all a little secret here. So.
She has about 8 billion traps.
Yeah,
so.
Miss Bonnie goes
Does
out.
her job very well.
Miss Bonnie goes out and gets her own traps.
No, it's not.
All right, she sits in this big boat with a shrimp on top of it. We cannot miss it.
It's the size of the boat.
It's the size of the boat. Huge shrimp on top of it. She sits right here at channel marker 26.
Isn't that it right there?
Yeah.
You know what?
That might actually be that white dot. Could be.
See, that's how detailed Florida Marine Tracks
exactly
is.
what that is.
That's actually
Seriously, that's probably the shrimp reflecting sun. She is an incredible person. She serves ice cream as well as live shrimp and live pinfish, but she does her own pinfish polls daily. So that's almost a guaranteed pinfish source. So if you're at a bait shop and you cannot find pinfish, don't stress. That's super easy to get to, especially if you have Florida Marine Tracks. I mean, they give you the tracks right through the islands to get over to Homosassa Channel. And the other thing about Florida Marine Tracks too, I'm going to tell you guys this, they just started a Facebook page, it's a Facebook group for Florida Marine Track chip owners to ask questions within that group.
Oh, beautiful.
So, and the admin does a really good job on monitoring it. So a lot of people, there are a lot of questions about Florida Marine Tracks. There's so many different options and everything. So if you have a Florida Marine Track chip card, go inside that group. And Louie wants a beer. So, but besides that, I think Brianna had a video she wanted. Let's see, Patrick's standing there too.
No,
not on
think so. Nope.
No, it's
Not
what
on
is
too.
it?
HDS.
HDS
Live.
and that new one that just came out. That's actually a pretty decent price for it. It's like $800. What's it called? It's the low range something. Elite.
The Elite.
Elite. So, and then all the Sinrad ones.
Yeah.
But so, like I said, I think Brianna had a video she wanted to play real quick, and then we'll get to Captain Billy's airboat report.
I think it's you that makes you look massive.
The angle is
I
terrible.
love you, bro, but
Shrunk and wide.
it was that wide angle.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Happy birthday, Bree. Congratulations. You got to see my video again.
That is a beautiful sight, I have to say.
I really like when you do that. What do you call that thing with the... Sprinkler? I don't think that's it.
It's riding the bull.
Riding the bull. You got a lot of different names for that. I think the kids of my generation call it something different. I can't remember what it is.
I'm sure. But yeah, as far as this week went on the airboat, it was actually a beautiful week to be out there. Got out this morning, happened to find a beautiful glassy water day, and ended up finding two really nice schools of tarpon out there running the flats. One on the north side of the St. Martin's Keys that were still heading north, and I found a set right in the middle of the Keys that were also heading north. There was no more than 8 in each school, and just like Zach and Captain Gary were talking about, there was a lot of sharks moving around out there, but amongst those, there is a decent amount of redfish running on that reef right now, playing out towards the St. Martin's Keys. 90% of those redfish are top slot. They look really good. A lot of snook still being seen out there, still being caught. Great time for a sport fish. Sadly, you can't bring them home. How deep of a draft for the FMT?
It's a 1 foot. The red tracks are 1 foot. That's where 1 foot of water is all the time. So,
well, yeah, all their mapping was done at 0 to negative tide.
0 to negative.
And yeah, their boat that they did all their tracks on, I think he said, does draw 15 inches. He does not run a jack plate or anything like that. So those red tracks are rather safe to be able to follow.
The black tracks are not.
No, those are a high tide track.
They keep you out of the rocks necessarily, but that's an airboat track. So just keep that in mind.
If you see me out there, high or low tide, do not follow me. I've had quite a few people thinking that I know where I'm going. I do not. I just send it in the beautiful waters, and if I run over an oyster bar and you do too, I warned you, don't follow me on the airboat. Sadly, had quite a few people do that, and it is as funny as it may be, it's not too terribly funny for them. There's a lot of stuff to be able to run out there as far as treacherous waters, so if you do end up getting the Florida Marine tracks, it will save you a lot of time and headache and expenses in the future for being able to run shallow waters as of ours.
How about the dolphins out there? You're still seeing a ton of dolphins?
Lots of dolphin out there. It's been actually really nice. 2 days ago, we got into a big mating pod in the mouth of Homosassa River. There's every bit of 25, maybe 30 porpoise. Awesome sight to see. A lot of them jumping, a lot of them rolling.
What about that baby that we were...
That little baby that I got to witness, or that I found literally minutes after giving birth, that baby itself is right around 2.5 feet in length, and I have actually found another mother with an equal sized baby running together with her. So it's been pretty cool following the dolphin out there. We have a lot of new ones out that are fresh from this year, and from what I've been witnessing playing in the deeper channels, a lot more of them coming in the future.
Yeah.
Which is going to be pretty good.
That is so cool that you get to see, you know, those things grow up. You know, we had a long talk on the way to Miami, and we were talking about how, you know,
finding those little newborns and then following them day by day and getting to see their growth. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Real quick, Chuck Black, if you don't have a boat but love to fish all the time, any recommendations? No luck so far at Fort Allen Pier. And best bait from the bank, I'm assuming, because it cut off there. Chuck, Ozello is the key to shore fishing.
Honestly, it is. Yep. Getting to play out there at the Causeway area, there's so much water movement and some deeper channels that are running underneath the roads there. They do house some nice fish. A lot of redfish, a lot of snook. The trout, obviously, they've kind of moved offshore. You may get lucky and find one here and there, but I don't think there's a lot of trout to be caught. But as far as catching fish in general, Ozello is the place to play.
Yeah, I agree. And Charlie, yes, let's go tomorrow morning. Be here at 8 o'clock.
Deal.
All right.
But I'm on tour tomorrow.
Deal.
Oh, shucks.
More fish.
oh, I gotta send you a number.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's my plan too.
I hate all of you.
Some scouting time with somebody that can dive, what, 80 feet?
Luckily, I haven't finished your boat yet.
66 feet.
Deep as shit.
So,
Word, Hammer, that's awesome.
but, all right, so Billy, great report, sir. I think you covered about all of it. And then the Ozello fishing report. The further out you can get in Ozello, the better. The St. Martin's Keys are stacked with fish.
A lot of really nice fish out there.
Fish Creek, actually, you know, I say the further out. Up in Fish Creek, we did really, really well the other day.
In the actual deep channel? Or
Just
you playing off the sides?
Yeah, just on that strong incoming tide. We had a slow grouper fishing day, so I brought that big boat, which you can't go as shallow as the skiff, and we actually went into the neck of Fish Creek and then cut south, you know, between all the mangroves, and there was redfish everywhere. And they ate anything you put in front of their face. So
that's awesome, yeah, because I run a lot of them over in there, but I don't get to see a lot of people fish in that area, mainly because I'm there in, 8 inches of water.
Yep. And then P Pass, I love P Pass this time of the year. A lot of water flows through there from Little Homosassa Bay and the St. Martin's River. There's deep cuts. I mean, real deep cuts. And
that's one nice thing about P Pass is the water is just slightly dirtier than the rest also. So the fish themselves don't see you. If you are fishing, close to the bank or close to the boat, a lot of times you're still going to get a hookup versus that crystal clear water. They see you.
This is one of my favorite channels to fish in the summertime.
Look at the depth difference. You can see it in the quality.
Huge depth, and you got rock, the yellow, the shoals, both sides of it. Love to fish. What I do is, like on incoming tide, I'll get on the trolley and I'll just work right down one bank and cast in these pockets here where those fish would be kind of hiding from the current. They getting that cool water rushed out. You could see the drop off there, and then just right down. And I like throwing last year I was throwing a gulp, but now I'm throwing a fish bite, and just on a small jig head and working it real slow, like Zach was saying earlier.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a great spot.
It's funny how those fish bites don't produce the fish working them the same way as you would other soft plastics.
Yeah.
It seems like the slower you go, the more fish you produce.
So Brian, the Fish Creek ramp is a annual membership now.
Yes, it is.
What is it?
I think it was like $50 a month or something like that. It wasn't a terrible cost, but you definitely have to fish quite often to make it worth it.
Gotcha. So, so that being said, let's see what's next. So that's the Ozello report. So we'll go to catch of the week, and then we'll. Oh wait, Chuck Black. How about the best bait from Causeway? Live shrimp.
Live shrimp, yeah, a lot of folks moving over to pinfish, working quite well, but the shrimp themselves just seem to produce a lot more of a bite than the pinfish themselves would.
Yep.
Get a lot of action on shrimp.
But, all right, so I'll be right back. Billy, stay on there.
I'm just here to look pretty.
All right, guys, so we have a very special surprise tonight. The one behind the scenes, there we go. Woo! We'd like to wish a very special happy birthday to the one and only Brianna. So on 3, we're going to sing. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brianna. Happy birthday to you. Woo! So, for those of you that don't know, Brianna is the one, she's the boss.
And she's out.
2, she is the behind the scenes person. So all the production stuff, or not all of it, but you know, when you and I started out with iPhones,
she's the one cracking the whip, keeping us in line.
Yeah, she really was. Well, do you remember there was like some days where like, man, we've got so much work to do. We've got full charters tomorrow, and you know the airboat's down. Yeah. We got to get it fixed. And Brianna's like, I don't give a crap. You guys are getting on at 7 o'clock tonight, so you guys can really thank Brianna for making sure Friday Night Fish Talk is where it is now.
And if it goes wrong, you know who it goes to.
Me.
Yeah.
If it goes right, it's her, wrong me. But happy birthday, Brie. Love you. So, that being said, we're going to go to the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week, if we're ready. And then we'll go to a quick commercial. Oh, no, actually, should we give the secret question now or after Catch of the Week? What do you guys want to do? You want to do it now? All right, so we're going to do the trivia question. Now, again, if the first 14 people that answer this trivia question correctly is going to get entered onto the Reel of Fortune.
Yep.
And then one person will be selected by the Reel of Fortune. That person's going to win a new scallop shirt. Which, Charlie, in those 2 boxes over there, can you hand me one of those shirts? The new scallop shirt.
A nice toadfish tumbler.
Toadfish tumbler. And a Florida Marine Tracks hat and shirt combo. And they're going to be entered into
They're going to do it all in one spin.
All one spin.
Oh, all right.
And then the person that wins is going to get entered into that 4-person contest, which we finally came up with the ultimate contest. And what we're going to do is we're going to invite those 4 contest winners plus 1 guest to come here. It'll be the first episode in July, I believe.
If all turns out right.
You're going to come as a live audience, and we are going to do a little game show on Friday Night Fish Talk. And then the one out of the 4 people that win the game show is going to win a Florida Marine Track chip card.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, super awesome.
Is that like a $450 value?
$450 value.
And it looks like this.
Yep, and that's what you get.
I mean, this isn't the chip.
But we are going to give those 4 contestants and their 1 guest, we're going to give you free food that night, get you some drinks, some nice bush lattes. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So this is the new scallop shirts we have out.
Shuck yeah.
So Scallop Town, USA, Ozello. River and Chassahowitzka, Scallop Life. So you're going to win one of these, a toadfish tumbler, and then the Florida Marine Track stuff. So the secret question tonight. Okay. Now, these are fish that are based in our area. All right, what I'm going to ask. Okay, so I don't want to hear random fish that are on the East Coast and Pacific.
Blue Marlin.
Yeah. They're fish that are in our inshore area. What are 3 fish that you cannot shoot with a spear gun in our area? Name 3 fish that you cannot shoot with a spear gun in our area. All right?
They don't have to be all the same. Everybody's questions can be, or answers can be completely different. There's 3 illegal fish to shoot.
Yep, 3 illegal fish.
This would be fun.
Going to the catch of the week.
Carlos.
It's a good looking little snook there.
Carlito.
That's a big snook, Billy.
Yeah, it is. Nice to see the amount of snook that's still out there.
These are 10 seconds, so we're going to talk about this snook for about 9 more seconds. Right?
Can we talk about Carlos though? I love
Great
Carlos.
guy.
Awesome dude.
Mr. G.
Outkiss Outfitter. Yep, because it's not multiple, it's just one. So Captain Carlos with Outcast Outfitter.
Nice guy.
Oh, that's a cool story.
Didn't he end up getting rocked up on that gag?
There it is.
And Carlos went and retrieved.
Yeah, he jumped in the water. Yep.
Who's that
There's
ugly
Captain
guy
John
with him?
McCarthy.
Oh, it's
with
John.
Captain Carlos.
With my fish stick.
Paul
With my fish
Janes. The Paul Janes. Hey, you know why Paul Janes has to wear long pants, right?
Why is that?
Because his legs get burned easily. Jack Crevel.
That's a good
Captain
looking
Zach
Jack.
taught me that Jack Crevel, if you cook it like ahi, you know, on more on the rare side,
Yeah, quick seared.
yeah, quick seared soy sauce, that it tastes like tuna.
Really? That's a
Marinated soy sauce.
good
Marinated in
looking
soy
little trout.
sauce.
And they cook each side about 6 seconds.
Captain Gene Miller.
Very nice.
That's our new part of the new guide program, Ozello Keys Marina.
Happy birthday, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, happy birthday, Jacob.
Beautiful snook. He's always coning on the snook.
Mikey.
That hair, Mikey, that hair.
Yep. Those glasses, Mikey.
Ready for high
Those
school.
glasses.
He is ready for high school. That was a fun
Look at
day
those
out there
handsome
with Zach
fellers.
and John. Killed it.
Hey,
Both the Johns
John,
were actually a
double. His
yeah, I was
first
gonna
time,
say
right?
his
Your first shot at a grouper was a double.
yep, which was nice. Ooh, that's a big old stud red.
Is that you, Louie? I mean, not the person, but Captain Ken. Ken's Custom Charters. Dude, that dude is.
That was today, actually.
Yeah,
I
that
think it
dude's a
was.
magician when it comes to the big redfish.
Yeah, he's pulled out some very nice studs.
That's the Jason and Hunter. Hunter is one of my favorite people that come inside this marina.
Always OKM'd out.
Yeah,
I love
always
it.
OKM'd out, but the most pleasant person.
The nicest.
It's
Yeah.
going to take 2 weeks to get through Louie's grouper photos, though.
Every person gets their limit on Louie's boat. Very
Teddy.
nice. It's just an
Captain
all-around
Teddy.
beautiful redfish.
Yeah, it is. He knows how to put some people on fish, too.
He does.
He takes them right to Shelly's Seafood. And
$27 a pound.
big old snook there. Golly. Look at that tail.
Yep. That's the size tail you want to see when you're grouper shooting.
He's got that extended arm photo on lockdown, though.
I don't know. Her arms are bent.
Yeah, her arms are bent.
Zach, that's me and your point there.
Who's that? Who?
Wendy.
Wendy.
The tuna? That was awesome.
Catch that right there in outside of Mangrove Point?
Yeah?
That was
3 feet of water?
Fish Creek.
Inside the scout ground. Pulling shrimp around.
Pretty sweet fish.
All right, so that was the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week.
Good
and
fishing,
again,
folks.
guys, if you need something custom done to your boat, vehicle, banners, signs,
Yeah, stickers.
sticker,
I mean, if you can think of it.
food
run
truck,
it- yeah.
food trucks,
If you can think of it, run it by Brian, and I can guarantee Brian's going to at least try it
yeah,
if he hasn't ever done it.
Getting a boat wrap with him right now.
yeah.
There it is.
Captain Louie is getting his boat wrapped.
Full
by Friday.
wrap.
So, Alrighty, guys, we are back. The Reel of Fortune is filled out. Hey, Sean, what was the most common answer?
The smoked redfish trout.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that is
my
a,
first
a
thought.
proper
that was
answer.
my first thought too. I don't even know outside of that.
No shooting tarpon. No shooting sharks. Or
You can't shoot shark? No, really? I didn't know that. Unless you're outside 9 miles?
Take those pictures down.
Really?
Federal waters.
There's a lot of fish you can't shoot.
Permits? Can we shoot a permit?
No, I don't think so.
After it's international waters.
Oh, federal waters.
Alright.
Federal waters,
Yeah.
Good job on the answers, folks.
So again, the person that the magic Reel of Fortune lands on, this little red ticker thing, is going to win a River Venture Scallop shirt,
Yep, getting a toadfish tumbler.
Toadfish
You're
tumbler.
getting a FMT shirt and a hat. It automatically puts you into the contest.
Which is going to be a game show. We're super
Game
excited.
show contest.
Super excited.
Yeah, that's going to be a hoot.
It's going to be a
I
lot
like
of
it.
fun.
Yeah, hoot.
Yeah. So you and one guest is going to come to a live viewing
Bree is
at
Vanna
Friday
White.
Night Fish Talk. We're going to wine and dine you, and you're going to have your chance to win a Florida Marine Track card. So, I tell you what, Louie, you want a spinner? Spin on. Make it a good one though.
I'm going to go with a yellow.
I'll say I got purple last week, so I'll say blue.
Gonna hurt my hand, but here we go. Ready?
Go down. There you go.
Yeah.
Go.
About that.
Yeah.
You don't need that hand anyway.
Yeah. Ready?
One-time use. There it is.
That was a good one.
Oh, it was pretty good, Louie. Pretty good.
Going purple.
We need a Vanna White.
Oh.
2 purples.
What do we get? What do we get?
Cindy
Cindy
Copeland.
Copeland. All right,
Cindy
all right.
Copeland, congratulations. You just won a River Adventure Tour scallop shirt,
Toadfish tumbler.
and then Florida Marine Track hat shirt combo, and you just got entered into the 4-person game show contest for a chance to win a Florida Marine Track card, the first show in July. So congratulations, Cindy.
So many things.
Yeah, and we're gonna wine and dine you and one guest. So,
You ready for some hot dogs and hamburgers? No.
oh, I was gonna do popcorn and.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys, thank you again for watching Friday Night Fish Talk. We highly appreciate you. And if you appreciate us, please share, like, comment.
Absolutely. The more
tell
we share,
friends.
the bigger stuff that we actually get to give away. And that's one of our favorite parts.
We've had some good giveaways so far.
Absolutely.
Really good
I think our
giveaways.
goal should be like give away a boat or
A contender.
And one day.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll get there.
Wink, Rick Murphy.
Rick Murphy for watching contender. And we're going to end it with the video, and then we'll see you all next week.